Welcome back to another episode of the Youth Academy career mode here on Wakefield, where we are now in a season for the Champions League. We somehow managed to win the league last season and Europa League, so we did the double there. Did we win Europa League? I don't think we actually won Europa League. We lost Europa League, didn't we? We did lose the Europa League. We just won the league title. That's all we did in there. So now it's time to try and do the league title again while also trying to do the Champions League. We have 4 videos to do it in. So that is going to be the aim of this next 4 days as we wind down the 2023 year. Go and leave a like and subscribe if you have enjoyed the series. This is the last 4 days you will ever see this career mode on a permanent basis. I might come back if I don't win Champions League. Who knows? But here is the Champions League group for this season. Group A, we have Real Madrid, Atalanta, Feyenoord, and FC Porto. In Group B, we have Atletico de Madrid with Brighton, Benfica, and Shakhtar Donetsk in there as well. Group C has Juventus, Barcelona, AS Monaco, and then that club, I'm not going to say it because I can't pronounce it. We are in Group D alongside Marseille, Wolfsburg, and Slavia Praha. If I'm not mistaken, we had Slavia Praha in our Europa League group last season as well. I feel like we did. I don't know. It's been a couple weeks since I last recorded, or week before I recorded that. And then Group E, we have Dortmund, PSG, Sporting, and then FCSB as well. And then Group F, oh yeah, I forgot there's multiple groups. There's a lot more groups in here. Group F, we have Bayern Munich. Aston Villa is in the Champions League with Celtic and Anderlecht in there as well. In Group G, we have Napoli, Bayer Leverkusen, Villarreal, and Dynamo Kiev. And then the final group of the Champions League, we have Man City, who they always get Salzburg, or at least an RB club in their group. They get Salzburg this time, Fiorentina, and then Young Boys as well. So it should be a relatively easy group for Man City, obviously. And I can suspect maybe Salzburg get out of that group as well. For Group G, I reckon Leverkusen and Villarreal will get through. In Group F, I bet Bayern Munich and Celtic will get through. Group E, it should be Dortmund and PSG, but I wouldn't be surprised if Sporting somehow sneak their way in there. Obviously, we want to be top of our group, while Marseille, Wolfsburg, and Slavia Praha all battle out. It won't matter who comes out of that group because we can't play them if we do come out of it, at least in the round of 16. In Group C, we have Juventus, Barcelona, AS Monaco. It should just be straightforward for Juventus and Barcelona, but AS Monaco could pull off against one of those two teams. And then Atletico Madrid, and then Benfica, honestly, over Brighton, and then Real Madrid, and maybe even FC Porto. FC Porto always seems to find a way through the knockout stages of the Champions League. As far as the league goes, we obviously started it. I simmed all the way just a month. We went ahead and won the Community Shield against Brighton, and then we won our first 3 games of the season against Wolves, Luton, and Brentford. We have Brighton up next. We also have Marseille. We are mostly going to focus on the group stage games in today's video. The first 3 group stage games, I'm going to split the group stages into 3 episodes. The group stage, these 3, and then the next 3 for to end it off there. So we are going to kick things off against Marseille. But before we do that, I made one addition to the team. I went ahead and got in the rule of not being able to bring in players that are not within our youth academy or have played through our youth academy. So I mean, he comes ahead and joins the squad for 100 million. He is a solid regen, and he will be leading the right hand side because Alves is pulling a Santos where he was absolutely dog water. Champions League first game for the Wakefield Juniors. And Hoffman Jr. is going to start alongside his father coaching him. And your starting 11 is looking like this. Yurdabe, Sykes, Watts, Ruiz, Cordoba, Videla, Hoffman, Amin, Ricci, Santos, and Lombardi. It's a debut for all of these players except maybe Videla, who might have obviously played Champions League football, as well as Cordoba, I guess. It's a debut for them at Wakefield, and it's at Wakefield Park, our home stadium. Our kits have stayed the same as well. Let's see if we can start this campaign off with a win against Marseille. Into Lombardi, first time finish, and we finally get that goal that we've been pouncing him on for the first 30 minutes. It's 1-0, and it's Lombardi to have an easy one-touch finish. 45th minute cheeser. As long as Cordoba wins that header, nothing will happen. A beautiful, beautiful defensive duty there for Cordoba. And we go into the break up 1-0 only, even though it feels like we should be up 50. Richie on the ball. Richie from distance. Richie with the banger. It's 2-0 for Wakefield. And we are sort of having control now here against Marseille. in our first Champions League group stage game of the season. Richie on the ball. Into Jacobson. He's on for Santos. It's still with Jacobson. In towards Kai Santos. In towards Videla. And it's 3-0. Bang, bang, bang. 3-0 win against Marseille. And they might get a consolation goal right at the end here. It obviously won't matter too much, but it won't even happen as Yurtebe makes a wild save. How the heck did he save that one? It's Alves, Martins, and game over. Yurtebe keeps his clean sheet alive at the death of the whistle. It's a 3-0 win in our first Champions League game of the season. Starting at 11 for our second Champions League group stage game against Slavia Praha. It's pretty much unchanged besides the fact Martin starts instead of Hoffman Jr. and Alves gets his start back instead of Amim. I did like Amim on the ball, but I want to rotate the team slightly every now and then. So we are going to go and give Alves a start there, and we are going to jump into this game and hopefully get all 3 points once again to lead it a 2-for-2 perfect record in the group stages. Alves, he'll find the ball up top for Lombardi, maybe. Yes, Lombardi now. Back post for Santos. First time shot. Oh, my lordy. We are scoring worldies out here. It's 1-0 for Wakefield. It's a beautiful volley from Alberto Santos against Slavia. Richie, Santos. That's a terrible crossing. Cleared off the line, off the box. Martins, and that will be halftime. 1-0 up here against Slavia Praha, and it should be a lot more, honestly. It really should. We've been hitting woodwork, missing open chances. And that's going to be a penalty? How? It's going to be a penalty here for Slavia Praha, but Yurtebe nearly makes a save. It's 1-1. Amim. Richie to retake the lead. Yes, sir. It's Richie. Back from injury, I guess, somehow. I don't know what he was injured from. But it's 2-1 for Wakefield. Scheitel block shot off of Ruiz's head. And Santos will look to clear it. And that should be game over as we find Richie. He'll find Lombardi. Lombardi over the top for Amim. Amim on the volley. He'll get his first goal for me technically at the club. Whether or not he scored through simulations, I don't know and I don't care. But it's a 3-1 win, and honestly it doesn't tell the tale of the second half at all. It's been Slavia Praha. I would say at least 80% of the second half has been the majority attacker. Honestly, that double save there probably should have gone in at least one of those. And I think he just went through number 27's head. Maybe he did not. Okay, it definitely looked like he went through number 27's body at least. But it's going to be a 3-1 win. And that's going to be 6 points out of 6 possible points in the Champions League group stage. Now, looking at our group, you can see the two front teams that are possibly going to make it through. It's Wakefield and Wolfsburg, and that's the match we have up next against Wolfsburg away from home. This will for sure be our toughest challenge. We are only ahead of them in the group stage by 1 goal less conceded, which was against, obviously, Marseille, keeping that clean sheet against Praha. Or the other way around. Was it the other way around? Yeah, it was the other way around because we got scored on by Praha with the bullshit penalty. But yeah, here we go. This is their starting 11. They have David Raya, Jed Spence, and Romero. They have two Tottenham defenders, an Arsenal keeper, Hein, Ahmed, Cockeret, Tielemans, Alcaraz, Olise, Seshko, and Amaricho. Who's on their bench? Their bench, they have Gomez and Manu Sanchez out on suspension. They have Romanali, Alves, and Beck. I'm not sure how good they are. Coppola, I'm not sure how good he is. Vanner, Valpato, and Livakovic, not sure really how good they are. They have been unbeaten in the last 5, drawing 3 and only winning 2, which those 2 might as well be in the Champions League as well. This is your starting 11. We are going to go full fitness, full starting 11, full strength here against Wolfsburg. If we can win this game, we are front runners to be first in the group. Not even make it out of the group, but to be first. These next 2 games against Wolfsburg, because we play them back-to-back as the fixtures get reversed after the first 3 games. So this will tell us a tale of how the rest of this group will go, especially this game right here. Olise into Kapala. Kapala's on the ball. Kapala fake shot, and it's 1-0 for Wolfsburg. And we find ourselves behind for the first time in the group stages of the Champions League. And if I'm not mistaken, Kapala into Amaracho, and it's 2-0 for Wolfsburg. Blah, 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 blah. It's 3-0. Just look at him. Just look at the control on him. I'm trying to block the pass to number 30, and he just goes straight to the legs of Yurbe. Does he even go through the legs? He does go through the legs. It goes through the legs. It hits the post, in fact, into the back. Well, not the back of the net, but the side netting. Richie wins the ball back now into Lombardi. Lombardi into Amin. Amin, he'll get one back. There's not enough time to really get two more back. But we'll go ahead and take a late consolation goal there with 10 minutes left to go. It's going to be 4-0 because I'm not paying attention. But, yeah, it's 4-0. And Wolfsburg going to go ahead and win the game here. That actually, I should have probably been paying attention. I was looking away. I should have been paying attention. The goal difference might come into this massively, especially if we beat them on a reverse fixture, which we kind of have to at this point. That's game over. We lose our first Champions League game against probably the best team, I guess, in the Champions League group. A 4-1 loss, in fact. And halfway through the Champions League groups, let's go and run them down as we go ahead and look to end the video there. In first spot, we have Real Madrid with 7 points with FC Porto right behind them. I told y'all FC Porto could get through, and at the moment, they are currently getting through. In Group B, Brighton is top in the group currently, which I thought Benfica would be in the mix instead of them, but it's Atletico Madrid as expected, but Brighton on top as not expected. In Group C, I told y'all AS Monaco could pull something off there, and they do, and they're looking to do that at the moment. Sitting in first with Barcelona in second and Juventus in third. Barcelona did just draw 3-3 to the bottom place team there. In Group D, we still sit in second, obviously, with Marseille now picking up a win. That second game there is all big important, especially if we drop more points to Wolfsburg. We have to beat Wolfsburg in the next game, and we kind of have to beat them in dominant fashion like they did to us. Slavia Praha yet to pick up a single point. They are pretty much looking to get out of the way, out of Europe. In Group E is PSG and Sporting currently sitting in the top two, with Dortmund sitting in bottom spot. I did not expect Dortmund to be sitting bottom. I expected them at least in the top three there. Group F, Celtic are sitting in first, tied with Aston Villa in second, obviously, and then Bayern Munich in fourth. I expect that to change quite a bit during the second half of the group stages. In Group G, Leverkusen and Dynamo Kiev are obviously in the first two spots there. And then the last group, if I can stop switching over to Europa League, the last group, Man City obviously in first, with Salzburg sitting in second, Young Boys sitting in third, and Fiorentina on the long haul sitting in fourth. When we come back, we'll have the second half of the group stages with the game against Wolfsburg, a game against Marseille, and a game against Slavia Praha. As far as the Premier League goes, we currently sit in first with 20 points. Aston Villa sit in second. We have 6 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. The 1 loss came to Liverpool, which was a 4-0 thrashing. But other than that, it's looking good for us. Where is Liverpool? Liverpool is sitting on the 11th. And then the bottom three is Palace, Borough, and Bournemouth. I will see y'all for next episode. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.